0845 24th of the 5th 2026 JTV. The crucible of the sun's mercury ledger. Bank holiday heat wave. Yes, people. Gonna jump into it. Seems as if the earth is warming up. What's gonna be the effects on us, eh, people? What's gonna be the effects? We're gonna get into it, don't worry. Crucible of the sun. You have to take care out there because some people can't handle the sun. Right? You have to be careful out there. It's funny, spending time in a hot country, you see people advising you to get out of the sun. 90 degrees in the shade. When the heat is on. For real, for real. Boy. The hottest place I've been is Thailand. For us. I said to myself, nah, man, Jamaica ain't hot. Nah. Jamaica ain't hot. You want to check Asia? Sun burn you up. Burn you up, man. It's like it's a different sun. It's like looking at the moon. Like looking at the moon. You look at the moon in some countries, you think, oh, hold on. That moon look different. You know? And they do say that you can see like the stars and stuff like that much better in the northern hemisphere. But what I witnessed in Jamaica, I didn't witness it much in Asia, but what I witnessed in Jamaica, those beautiful skies at night with all those stars, it's just magical, magical. Jamaica is a magical place. Crucible of the sun. Crucible of the sun. One sec, let me get my notes out. Give me a second while I whip this out. Yes, people. So what I want to do as well, I want to talk about as well the potentially there is a famine gonna happen, a famine potentially if things continue. There's famines going on as we speak now, which is extraordinary if you check out how much household waste, comparing that to say fossil fuel burning, right? The household waste is a lot more. So wastage, we've become a people of wasting things while others are in need. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Right? Three things. Right? Any book I read and it don't have these three things, I can't take it serious. Food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, my Afro Uno told me that. Right? And he's right. Absolutely right. So you have a nation and they're not giving those three elements, essentials. These are essentials. They are the basic necessities. You need that. You can't take them seriously. I was watching a young Indian woman, right? And she was working in an illegal mine and dust everywhere. You know, it's an illegal mine, right? And I'm not sure what part of India it is. I mean, India is a huge country. Now the woman's there breaking stones and, you know, and I was saying, wow, what a woman, you know? Yeah, I was like, brilliant. You know what I mean? But I'm saying to myself, hold on. India ain't a poor country. No. No, it's not poor. It's not poor. Right? They may make it poor. Yeah. But the reality is it's not poor. When you come to natural resources, land, people, you can even add the cultural side, right? The cultural side and the religious side of it. In food, clothing, you name it. You talk about rice. Yeah? Tea, stuff like tea, herbs and spices. The majority of spices and even like the coconut tree. That's not from Jamaica. That wasn't there in Jamaica. Those things were brought to Jamaica. You see, like the Portuguese. Even the herb. The herb was brought there. See? But back to the woman. I'm saying this woman breaking rock stones and you know, initially I didn't feel sorry. I had like respect for the lady. Like, wow, look at her go. You know, she's there breaking rock stones and got her face covered up. And I said, but hold on. These lot have nuclear power. Big bombs. Huge missiles. Yeah. Pointed at their neighbour, Pakistan. Right? All in one country at one time. Hindustan. Right? And how much money they pump into their weaponry. And they have people suffering. Wickedness. It's wickedness that, as I said, they should be the necessities given to the people: food, shelter, and clothing. So the crucible of the sun, the mercury ledger, the sky has become a mercurial enemy, locking the valley in an unremitting heat wave. Day after day, a scorching sun beat down, turning that once fertile soil into a fractured puzzle of dust. Silas stood on his porch, shielding his eyes from the blinding glare. The heat was not merely uncomfortable, it was oppressive. The heat, thick enough to swallow your breath. But it was the creeping shadow of inanition, exhaustion caused by a lack of nourishment that truly terrified the settlement. The town's grain stores were dwindling, gradually diminishing in size or amount to nothing. And the upcoming harvest was already a ghost. The spectre of a catastrophic famine was no longer a distant threat. It was on their doorstep. It looked out at the crops, shriveled, yellowed stalks that looked like skeletal fingers clawing out of the dirt. This desiccation, the process of extreme drying, had stripped the land of its lifeblood. Water had become sparse, thinly dispersed or scarce, resource that neighbours now guarded with desperate, tense hostility. Inside the sun, his family moved with torpid, mentally or physically inactive, lethargic, slowness to conserve energy. Silas opened their pantry, staring at the meagre handful of dried beans left in the jar. It was insufficient. It was not enough. Defense against the hunger that gnawed at their stomachs. So we have the ledger of the thermometer. Seeking answers, Silas retreated to the shadows of his back room and turned on the old data terminal. The archives of the old world called it in the mid-1800s, a baseline when the air was steady. To look at the numbers now was to watch a fever-consume a patient, recorded with mathematical unrelenting precision. The story of the planet's warming wasn't a sudden explosion. It was a relentless accumulation of fractions. The baseline between 1850 and 1900, the global average temperature sat at a stable pre-industrial baseline. The steady climb since the mid-1970s, the Earth had been adding roughly 0.1 Celsius every single 5 years. By the late 20th century, that pace accelerated, pushing the average rate of increase to 0.21 Celsius per decade. We have a modern surge. The last 30 years saw the spread quicken even further, ticking upward at an estimated 0.27 Celsius per decade. The last 11 years officially logged as the hottest 11 years ever recorded in human history. So it's fair to say, in a short space of time, we have done amazing things. Now we can say we because everyone contributes to the machinery. Yeah, everybody contributes in some way, right? Now it truly is remarkable, considering if you look at history, it wasn't a long time ago where you had the Romans in the UK, right? For an example, right? Full sewage, roads, yeah, trade, right? Gates, even had time to build a wall. Look up, I'm reloading. Now, what made a reversal? How did they go return to a state that was not better than what the Romans left? No. Then came the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages. Then you had the Light, the Renaissance. Yeah? Not long ago. Comparing, say for an example, Egypt. I mean, it's uncomparable. The thousands of years that they were around. Okay? And their decline was so rapid once they were invaded. Yeah. It's a fact. Right now, they don't know how the pyramids were built. They have no clue. Right? So again, we have done wondrous things in a short space of time. But we have sacrificed our number one asset, and that is my favorite, nature. For the first time since humans began tracking the weather, a consecutive 3-year block averaged more than 1.5 Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Furthermore, the temperature rise over land had climbed by a staggering 2.0 Celsius, vastly outstripping the ocean and baking the very soil Silas stood on. We have the attrition of tomorrow. The community elders called an emergency meeting at sunset. When the air finally cooled to a suffocating simmer, the atmosphere in the town square was somber. People spoke in hushed tones, their voices raspy from dry throats, a bit like mine. Let me, hold on, people. I don't want to die of thirst here. So the elder said we must pool our resources. Let me just check my volume. See if everything's working. We must pool our resources. Let me just check. Lovely. So we must pool our resources, an elder announced, his voice carrying an earnest plea, intensely serious or sincere. If we hoard what little we have individually, the collective attrition, the gradual reduction of strength or numbers through sustained pressure will destroy us all before the next rainfall. Silas nodded slowly. The heat was a physical wall, but the impending hunger was a psychological test. The planet had reset the parameters of life entirely. To survive, they would have to shed their panic and act with absolute clockwork precision, sharing every drop of water and every grain of wheat like gold. So what do we do in such extreme weather conditions? Right? So we have obviously stay hydrated, blocked direct sunlight from your home. Avoid the outdoors during peak times. Seek out air-conditioned museums or take a dip at a local open air spots like Hampstead Heath Ponds, maybe, or a local Lido. Right? So it says here to block out the sun, right? I mean, good luck with that. Yeah? Block out the sun, but I mean curtains, and so south and west facing windows during the day. Ventilate strategically. Keep windows closed while it's hotter outside. Open them fully in the evening at night when the outside air is cooler. Turn off unneeded lights. So we're reducing electronics appliances as they radiate heat. Yes. So the hydration side, drinking plenty of water, avoid excessive alcohol, caffeine or hot drinks which dehydrate you, and that's what I'm having at the moment. So I mean, I'm always doing the wrong thing, but I need a hot drink, man. I need a hot drink. You know what I mean? Look at coffee. Shouldn't really drink too much of this. Right? But what I will do, I'll make sure I drink some water after. Yeah? Well, so you got dressing appropriately as well, wearing loose-fitting, light-coloured cotton clothing. Yeah? Where would we be without cotton? And take cool showers, place a damp cloth on your neck maybe, or put a pair of socks in the fridge before. I mean, how disgusting is that? Now, make sure you wash the socks before you put them in there, right? And even some people, you can't even put them in there. No matter how you wash them, they're foot cheesy. Funny joke. Sorry, I had to say that. Right. So traveling as well. So plan ahead. Do any necessary outdoor activities in the cooler hours of the morning or the evening, which I forgot before I went to the gym today. Yeah, what I forgot. Right. was carrying my bottle of water. That's twice now I forgot my water. Twice, right? And I had to cut my gym session down because of that, right? So, I don't know what's happening to me in the water. So, you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. So like Elizabeth Line and London Overground trains are fully air conditioned. Here's one for you. The 40% of the tube network is, yeah. So the 60% is not. Right? Like you imagine like the Central Line. Oh, like an oven. So you keep your ass, right? You keep your ass quiet. Sit down, right? You're jumping up and down in the sun, right? And also, I don't know if you notice it, but people go a bit funny in the sun, especially over in the UK, right? Them get a bit funny. So you have to be careful on all kinds of things. What's the time on my show? I don't want to be too long. I'm going to end up soon. So yeah, so carrying water, make sure you're hydrated, make sure you're keeping yourself out of the sun. Use an umbrella, yeah, or a portable shade when walking directly under the sun. And I think I did hear something about the rise in skin cancer. Yeah, there's a rise in skin cancer for some people, right? So obviously, yes, I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to advise anything about that, but that is an issue. That is an issue, right? That is an issue. So it's all about keeping yourself safe, really, at the end of the day. Right? Keep yourself safe out in the sun, especially the youngsters. Look out for the young people, you know? Right? Make sure that they're protected at all times. Yes, people. JTV 0914. Sayonara.